What's that woman going to do next?
Nothing good, I'll bet.
We'll stop it this time.
I still can't believe what that Almadria did. Not only that, but she was enjoying it.
It's patently clear she has no respect for human life whatsoever.
We need to take her out. I don't think I've ever felt so enraged at another person in my whole life.
Yeah! There's no way she's getting away with this!
Then we head for the underground docks. We need to hurry. Rinwell, can you keep moving?
Yeah. My family and I, we spent all of our days just living in hiding. Until one day when we were found and attacked. I was the only one my dad and the others hid. That's the reason I survived. While the rest of my family was butchered. The only thing that I could see was the crest of a lord glowing through the smoke. And then...
It was Almadria who did it. I'm sorry, Rinwell.
That woman. Did she really find the existence of Dan and mages to be that much of a threat?
Enough to invade another lord's territory? No, I doubt that. Most likely, she was after their knowledge and techniques. She only did it so she could become stronger. That's the kind of woman she is.
In retrospect, I do remember her making it sound like she created that monster she summoned.
A monster. I wonder, do you all think of me as a monster? Because I'm able to use magic even though I'm Dahnan?
Rinwell.
Of course we don't think you're a monster, you dummy.
Huh?
I might have had to hold you back, but it's her fault any of this ever happened, not yours. Got it?
Law.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Looks like we made it. Here in one piece. Now where might those fish be? Reel it in. We can get a good meal out of this fella.
Hopefully it tastes better than it looks.
Yeah! Reel it in. Looks like I hooked a pretty rare fish.
There certainly are a wide array of fish on Dahna.
All right. I reeled us in a big one.
We can make a real feast out of this bad boy.
All right, once more from the top. Ha! There we go. I reeled us in a big one.
Hopefully it tastes better than it looks.
All right. That's not a fish I see often.
I see you've gotten even better at this.
Yeah. Reel it in. Looks like I hooked a pretty rare fish.
There certainly are a wide array of fish on Dahna.
Reel it in. Well, it's not bad, per se.
Could have been worse. At least you caught something.
Yeah! Time to try a different spot. All right, once more from the top. Time to try a different spot. All right, from the top. Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Escape my judgment! This one's mine! Shiny supernova!
Rending
Flash malevolence!
Rising Viper!
Arcane waterfall!
Crush!
Make it rain!
Rima!
Now! Astral energy!
Say no more! Not a chance!
Going
Crush!
in! Crumble!
Destruction!
Make it rain!
Rima!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Do my best!
Here I come! It's over!
Look sharp!
Destruction! Try this!
Not in your dreams! Lunar corruption!
This one's mine!
Gemini Aqua!
Rising Viper!
Mega ray!
Take this! It's over!
Too much to handle?
It got fire!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Barely a blip on our radar.
I think Hoodle senses an owl around here.
I see plenty of ruins around here, too. It must have been a big town bustling with people back in the day.
For Crown Contest participants, places such as these are but vectors for the astral energy they pursue. Similar to that windmill, for instance.
Gotta break through! You're mine!
Take this! Field!
Let's try harder! Now! It's over!
Switch to auto!
Try this!
Reload! Now!
Blending flash! My turn! Ha! You're finished!
Time to shine!
You're mine! Ha! Mirage! Burn in hell! Take this! Not a chance!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and the following to me!
Now!
Rima!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Here's the
No!
healing art!
No
Lightning
escape!
grenade!
Look sharp!
Here I come! Ha!
This one's mine!
Lunar corruption!
Blending flash! Prepare to be seen!
Trigger blade!
Take this! It's over!
Piercing roar!
Now! Rima!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Seems about right to me.
Right, here goes! You're mine! It's over! No further!
Raging Gemini Hyperblade!
Here I come! Try this! Rending Flash! Rising Wyvern!
Dancing Roar!
Here I come!
Look sharp!
Piercing Roar!
Front!
Go! Have this! Do it now! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble! I feel sprightlier than before.
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
You're mine!
Glacial Spear! Here's the evil!
How about this?
Electric shock!
Here goes! Try harder! Not a chance!
By the power of
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
I'll be saving this one.
Here I come! Take this! You're finished! Damn it! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Destruction!
Into the shadows!
Blending Flash! Rising Wyvern!
Now, one more!
Make it right!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Looks like we won. Do you think this is one of the places where the Dark Wings and Almadria fought?
I wouldn't be so sure. This place appears more ravaged by time than combat. Even if there are signs of destruction, it would likely have taken place during the Great Conquest of 300 years prior.
And ever since, it's been a breeding ground for Zeugles, I guess. Through!
Going in!
Destruction!
Glacial Spear!
Mirage! Try this!
On guard!
Infernal Turret!
Raging cascade!
I owe you one. We've got flyers.
I've got it! Let a monster have it!
On guard!
All yours.
One more!
Take this!
Searing flame! Reload!
Crush! Try this! Rending Flash! Looks like we won. Try this!
Spin!
Glacial Spear!
Explosive ring!
Time to shine!
Freeze Lantern!
Rising wyvern! Rising
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Take it!
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Not a chance!
Hard Malevolent! Arcane Waterfall! Spear! Freeze Lantern!
Try this!
In the wind!
Infernal Torrent!
More for stop!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Xion.
Out of my way!
I'll smash you!
Shield and rain!
Try harder! Take this!
Freezing Storm! In the wind!
Try this!
Air Thrust! Ice
Rending
Tornado!
Flash!
Acid Lightning!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Try this!
It's almost too
one's
strong.
Split it open!
Hit me my guess! It's over!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Not a chance!
Shattering the
Serious
pieces!
Flash!
I'm out of time!
It's up! Take this!
Cyan Instant!
Meteor!
Destruction! Try
Here
this!
goes! I'm
Make it
almost
rain!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Cross! Now! Take this! You're mine! Stardust! Rising Phoenix!
Here goes!
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
I'm practically unstoppable.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. I've got a good feeling about this one. I'll get you next time. Okay, change of plans. All right. She's got a good size to her, all told.
I can't believe you caught that with a rod. Amazing.
All right. Anybody could reel in that.
Nice! You caught it!
Yeah. There we go. Nabbit, it got away. There we go. That's not a fish I see often.
I see you've gotten even better at this.
Yeah. I've got something. That's not a fish I see often.
I don't recognize that fish. Is it okay to eat? We've reached our destination.
Wouldn't it be easier to simply use astral arts to catch the fish and be done with it?
That misses the whole point of going out to fish. Ha! Looks like we made it here in one piece. Everything looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this. I've got something. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
You take your fishing pretty seriously.
There we go. Looks like I hooked a pretty rare fish.
There certainly are a wide array of fish on Dahna.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
No choice! Burn! Take this! It's over! Destruction! Try this! Blending Flash! Destruction! Crush! Not a chance! You're finished! Here I come! It's over! Mirage! Infernal Torrent! Try harder! Not a chance! No escape! Destruction! Rising Phoenix! Here I come! It's on! Megasonic Thrust! Here I come! Crush! Destruction! Rising Wyvern! Try harder! My turn! You're mine! It's over! Severing Wind! Take this! Its defenses are down! It's over! Destruction! Megasonic Thrust! Take this! It's over! Crush! Laser sight! And there! Here I come! It's over! Destruction! It's over! Fire support! You're mine! Fire in the hole! You're finished! Here I come! It's over! Support! My turn! You escape! Straight up! You're finished! Crush! Severing Wind! Take this! It's over! Mirage! You're mine! You're finished! You did it! My turn! You're mine! You're mine! You're finished! Crush! Eat this! Here I come! We're not finished! You're finished! You're mine! Destruction! Win! Take this! It's over! Mirage! My turn! I'm not done! Severing Wind!
Did you used to come here when you were younger, Kisara?
You bet. See the dent in that column? That's from when my mace slipped out of my hand one time, just after I'd joined the guard. And that crack over there? That happened while I was practicing an art.
This is new information to me.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Escape! Destruction! Blinded! Blended flash!
Tiger blade!
Rising water!
Time to shine!
Soda! You're up! It got fired!
Do it! I got it!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Not a chance! I'm not done! Soda! Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Out of our way!
Take this! Strike!
Here I come! Look sharp!
Rising Wyvern! Strike!
Piercing
Soda!
roar! Here I go!
Rising Phoenix!
Flying freeze! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
I'm not done! Destruction!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! My turn!
Now!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Could have been worse.
I'll do my best!
Here I come! You're finished!
Can't get out of this!
You're mine!
Time to shine!
Destruction! Try this!
judgment!
Now! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! My turn!
None shall escape my judgment! Way too much to handle! Time to shine!
Let's refrain from losing.
An opponent like this should be easy. No escape!
Look sharp! Not on my watch! Take this! Dazzling spin!
Take this!
Freezing
You
storm!
require a hand.
You're on!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for your truly!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that! How about this?
Soda!
Piercing roar! Here's a hero!
Strike! You're
First aid!
finished! Crush!
A comfortable win.
That's far enough!
In the vines?
Color storm!
Take this!
Time to freeze!
Destruction!
Dance in the wind! Annihilation! Air
Blending flash!
Going in!
Here I come! Eat them!
Dazzling spin!
Take this!
Carry it a
A comfortable win.
Hi, Hoodle!
Look sharp!
That's it! By the power of water!
On guard!
Do you require...
Take this! Dazzling spin! Tiger blade!
Here, let me help!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for you! Truly!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Take
My
it!
turn!
Go! And again!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And pummel it to me!
Into the shadow!
Rising
Yes,
Wyvern!
Lord!
Rising Phoenix! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Glacial
My turn!
Spear! Pierce
No
Eagle!
escape!
Take this!
Freeze
How
Laser!
about
We
this?
natural
Take this!
energy!
I'm not done! Crush!
Now!
Shield!
Water! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Everybody okay? Hey,
We're all right, Alphen.
right, here goes! I'm not done! Rising Wyvern! Here I come! I'm not done!
Air thrust! Freeze Laser!
Mirage!
Arcane water! Escape my judgment!
We got flyers!
I've got this! The water Morpheus handle it!
All yours! Trending
Make it
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat.
No choice! Here I come! I'm not done! It's on!
On guard!
Tornado!
Trending
Now or never.
Here I go!
Here I come! Cat! Destruction!
Flying free? Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished! Now!
None
You're
shall
mine!
escape my
Going in.
Stardust!
Firmament render.
Take this! No
Arrow
escape!
Tiger blade!
Destruction! Try this!
Ground and power!
Trending flash!
I'm on a roll.
Rising
Make it
Wyvern!
rain!
Remove!
Astral energy.
Say no more!
Hey, Poodle's quivering. I think we're about to be real lucky. Hi, Hoodle. Here's a healing arc.
Now you see what I can do!
Aid.
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop!
Try this!
Tiger blade! Make it rain!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Now! Take this! You're mine!
It's almost too strong.
Then I'll split it open!
Be my
Tiger
guest!
blade!
Trending flash! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Now! You're mine! No escape! Destruction! Try this!
Do it, Jolene!
All yours, Kisara. A comfortable win.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
I hope we manage to catch Almadria soon.
I hope so too, before she can cause any more havoc.
You okay, Rinwell?
Oh, yeah.
Don't push yourself too hard now, okay?
Okay. Thanks.
This looks perfect. Guaranteed to hit the spot.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
Sorry for rambling on so much about my past earlier.
Don't sweat it. It was fun hearing you reminisce about the good old days.
Come on, you don't have to pretend with me. I know I can tend to go on sometimes when it comes to my brother.
You said it, not me. Anyway, I don't think it's something for you to be embarrassed about.
Hey, Alphen. When you were a kid, was there ever a time when you had to bury someone younger than you?
Well, it's hard to say. I'm guessing that you have, though.
Yeah. During the previous crown contest, with the Lord before Dohalim. Life back then was truly hell. I think that's why I tried to ignore what Miguel was telling me for so long. Because I was afraid of going back to such a dark time, of losing hope. I wanted to believe in our paradise so much that I doubted the one person I should have trusted most. I don't blame Dohalim for that. I simply didn't want to face facts. And I ended up trying to project my ideals onto everyone else.
It's strange. Whenever you and Dohalim talk about Menancia, it's always like it's some big failure. We're talking about fixing 300 years worth of damage here. Isn't it a bit optimistic to think it was all going to be resolved after only 5?
You might be right. Maybe it was a mistake when Menancia... No. when I decided to stop seeing the darkness in our society. I have to admit the truth. To myself, first of all. I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Rise and shine. We're almost ready to leave.
A dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Dahnans. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about Almadria.
This might go well in that new recipe.
Can't wait to see what you make.
You're the one making it.
You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail. This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Dahnans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Dahnans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Till then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. I guess I'll check in on everyone and see how they're holding up. Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almadria?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegis.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegis. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almadria did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almadria do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almadria resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Dahnans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Dahnan versus Renan. There is an internal core. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
You don't look so good. You all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almadria were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Dahnans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Dahnans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Dahnans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective, from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Dahnan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almadria did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Dahnans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, If we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Xion.
Not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Dahnans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almadria, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodius Dahnans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadime. But then there are people like Law and Xion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almadria. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almadria when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Xion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Xion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia, the lush green glades of Menancia, the harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Dahnans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Dahnans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Dahnans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dahna. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... Especially you, Alvin.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almadria. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahagsar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelselik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
And it was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsef when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own, yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Dahnan in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.